Good morning, everyone. Brian here again with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have the review for us of the ColecoVision Probrew game, Turmoil 2022. Now, this is generally what it looks like. It's from 8-Bit Milligames. It's a 2021 development, which I forget if it was released in late 2021 or early 2022, but somewhere along that timeline. Anyhow, it's a pretty good game. It's a reimagining of Turmoil, which was originally released, if I'm not mistaken, hang on, forgot my notes. For the Atari VCS 2600 back in 1982, though it also had ports to, well, the other port which could count as a console port would have been the Atari 8-bit, since with the Atari XC game system or Atari ZEGs, you'd have, it kind of doubled as both console and home computer, best of both worlds. Anyway, other than that, it was ported to a lot of other home computers too. And that was in 1982, at least with the Atari VCS 2600 port. And anyway, and it had been developed back then by Sirius Software Incorporated to be distributed by Zellers. Though I'm not sure if Zellers was a subsidiary or another company 20th Century Fox went under, because you take a look at the label on pretty much any Turmoil cartridge for the Atari VCS 2600 or such, you see 20th Century Fox. So anyway, here the 2021-2022 release of Turmoil 2022 is a reimagining of the game, which is what 8-Bit Milligames with my friend William Hicks, who runs that, generally does. They do base a lot of games on earlier games or on early arcade cabinet original games and their ports to home computers and home video game consoles, but it's generally their own take on the game, you know, their own reimagining. So if you want to worry about whether it's arcade accurate or that accurate to the original, fine by me. I mean, if that's your thing. To me, it's just cool that it's because, you know, somebody's done a version that's available for platforms, you know, home video game consoles and home computers that they wouldn't have been available for originally. Whether somebody does that Probrew, you know, something more done aftermarket on a professional level, which is what a Probrew generally is, or homebrew, something done by somebody more on a hobbyist level who, you know, learned on their own but didn't really work professionally, you know, still, if they're releasing something for aftermarket for a console that we didn't get before, that's cool anyway. I mean, at least there's a version that exists, especially if it's playable, and this one is, so. Anyway, let me see, there's not much else to it. Released late 2021, early 2022. And it's pretty decent. My box here, I got it from Good Deal Games and Homebrew Heaven, which I must apologize to my friend Michael Thomason because I keep mispronouncing it Haven, or at least I have quite a bit. I have a niece named Haven and it gets stuck in my head, so I tend to get them a little bit mixed up sometimes while I'm saying it. And I got it there, pretty good price. And he had gone ahead and made sure to send it with a box protector. I'm not sure if that's supposed to come standard or if that's just something that Mr. Thomason was referring to do. He doesn't always send me a lot of stuff with a box protector, sometimes. Of course, we can see the original box is a little bit more loosely put together. Not really bad. It still looks good. Good art on it. And is a very nice way to have it, but the box protector does kind of keep everything together a little better. And whether you've got one, no matter who you've got your games from, you know, a protector for your box and game and everything is never really a bad idea when you can. So, can't complain there. Anyway, we've got Turmoil 2022. It says 8-Bit Milligames here. Tells us the Horde is back. and You Are Only Hope. See, this one, besides being just kind of a reimagining, is also something of an unofficial sequel. And it does pretty much play that way some too. My screen's kind of getting a bit glary. And it says here that it's for the ColecoVision and compatibles. You see, that's one thing I forgot to mention, This is the ColecoVision porting of the game, but it also was made by 8-Bit Milligames to be available too for the Coleco Atom computer expansion for the ColecoVision, and also for the Mattel Aquarius, so the Mattel Aquarius home computer. So there's at least 3 versions of this developed. And then it tells us a little bit about the story on the back and gives us a little bit of some gameplay imagery. And then, of course, we open her up. You get this done right. First things first. We have our manual, which tells us its cartridge instructions. And it says 8-Bit Milligames here. Gives their website. Has ColecoVision on it, as you can see. Well, maybe not so easy there. Gives a little bit of the game description and all, and how to use your controllers. Basically, it tells us Earth is under attack. 40 years after the Horde first attacked mankind, they are back and determined to eliminate everything that we hold dear. Then it takes you over how to use the keypad. Do it. Tells you that your fighter is called an F-66 fighter up here. And tells you that you have some nukes, a smart bomb which can clear the screen. Usually you start out with 3. And it tells you about death. If you touch a Horde ship, you will die. And then it tells you a little more about the Horde. Which it says the Horde attacked the Earth 40 years ago. After many battles over many years, mankind defeated them. Now they are back. They have upgraded their army to be more powerful and have changed their tactics. But unknown to the Horde, a satellite in orbit was able to intercept their invasion plans, so we know how they are going to attack. Then it tells you how your left side button, fire button, is your fire button, and arm is the other one, which uses your right side, which uses your nukes. Tells you about how to play, and tells you about the game screen. Along with your lives, score, the battle, which you've got different battle scenarios, about 6 you can choose from, and the level you're on. And then it tells you a little bit about, you have, like I said, about 6 different mission profiles you can go after here. Give me just a sec. Our screen's wanting to act like it's a little grimy this morning. The mission scenarios basically are, you have Recon over Rio, Asian Air Invasion, Toledo Tank Blitz, Outback Assault, Siege of Spain. Don't think you can see that with that glare. Get off. And of course Armageddon, which is, from what I've seen trying all of them out, progressively from the first to the last is how tough they are. Anyway, and then we have our cartridge, which is very nice looking, very nicely done. Pretty well put together cartridge. It even says Coleco made in USA on the back, which means probably that the cartridge was recycled, but that's cool. I mean, no harm, no foul. Here it says here, Turmoil 2022 for the ColecoVision and Atom family computer system. So I guess, yeah, this one will play on your Coleco Atom computer too. So it's technically for both at the same time, though. I don't have a Coleco Atom, so it's just for my ColecoVision for me. Tells us it's 2021 William 8-Bit Millie Hicks. And the package is 1984 Coleco Industries. Which kind of makes sense. That's where, everything else came from. It's a pretty nice label. Pretty well done on there. Same up top pretty much. So it's all pretty nicely done, and pretty good presentation. Let me get this manual back in here. Okay. So, since I've talked for a little over 10 minutes to get us started, I'm going to go ahead and get fired up with my ColecoVision Phoenix, and we're going to take a look into some gameplay. Okay, so here we go with Turmoil 2022 for the ColecoVision. And the Coleco Atom, but not relevant here to myself. Okay, here we see the opening title screen, Turmoil 2022, don't know what the A is for. They have returned to enslave mankind. Press fire to start. Then tells you about the various enemies and what they kind of look like. The mech fighter, which is worth 10 points. Recon drone 15. Flail ship 20. Anti-personnel 25. Command ship 30. Minesweeper 35. Siege tank 50. And troop ship 75, with it saying that it's 2021 8-bit milligames. Okay, and here's where you select the battle. I tend to go with Recon over Rio because it's easiest and I'm kind of familiar with it, but we'll check out some of the other ones too in a bit. A lot of times it does mix up the enemies. Like here on Recon over Rio, the first three show up. The Horde has sent a force of Recon drones protected by mech fighters and flail ships to the city of Rio de Janeiro. You will need all of your skills to stop this attack. Press fire to start. Okay. Now as usual, you have up and down on your joystick to control your movement. Unlike some of the original library ports for home computers and the Atari VCS 2600 and Atari 8-bit, you do not have the item that shows up, which will turn into a missile that you can go right and left to get for bonus points or whatever. That's because Mr. Hicks explained, I saw him explain to someone that he kind of wanted to focus this more on the combat elements of the gameplay, and so decided to leave that out because it seemed more like a prize, which would not necessarily be necessary to that. So I can kind of understand if you enjoy the combat aspects of the original Turmoil, then this is pretty fortunate. Of course, you can turn left and right, so I tend to work the right more because they're going to come either way. I mean, I could be turned back and forth with it, but I just gotta get lazy about some and don't really care. Yikes, that was close. He was coming through fast. If I'm not mistaken, you get an extra life at or extra ship at every 5,000 points. So even on this easy level, you can take a while to work your way up to getting there. I've done it once so far, gotten over 5,000, but it's not so easy to do. Like I said, after you've had enough gameplay and practice at it, it gets a lot easier. So yeah, it's not quite accurate to the original in every way, such as missing that one prize type element of being able to go right and left instead to collect that before it turns into a missile to destroy you, but otherwise it's good. The combat elements are all here. It also looks good and sounds good. The sound effects are very nice. For what the ColecoVision palette is putting out here, the green and blue of your ship, it's pretty nice. The way the green is, and other colors are done for the grid is very nice. In fact, it's a little bit more colorful than the Atari VCS 2600 port, which I haven't really tried much more than just an emulation, as I don't own a copy yet, but it's still okay. That part right there, that's where you come up where the grid disappears when you're getting close to 2,000 points. Always kind of trips me up on that one. Okay, we'll try one of the others real quick. Asian air invasion. A Horde invasion force has been dropped via parachute and is currently working its way down the Yellow River Valley. We need you to stop them before they reach the sea. Okay. can see already we've got some different enemies to confront. And darn, I didn't even shoot one before getting killed. That right there is kind of like that missile thing I was talking about that's not really included. Except you can't really get rid of it by shooting it to kill it. Oh, and these regular tanks, but just like the original, you can't kill them except for from behind, so... That's that command ship thing right there. Darn it. We kind of boxed in with that. And of course you get overwhelmed, press arm, and you can nuke the screen and clear it. Oh, another thing too, the controls, you know, you can mistakenly move too fast, like on other ports of the game, and end up running into an enemy without really realizing how fast you're going until it's too late. Now I'm right there. I wonder if that's actually killable or if you just have to try to stay out of its way. Haven't tried to figure that out yet. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about tanks. You can kind of push them back by firing on them, but good luck with getting anywhere with that since you can't kill them except for from behind. Find out about this here, can I? No, you can't shoot it and kill it. Interesting. Okay, we'll try another one real quick. The Toledo tank blitz. I don't think I even tried this one. 4 troop ships are over the city of Toledo, Ohio. They are blitz tanks there are blitz tanks in the streets as well as anti-personnel drones. You need to push them out of this city and reopen the port. Okay. Oh, that stunk. Darn, moved too fast on him. Slow reaction time on my part. Also, you can see where you have the more advanced enemies on these levels, your score tends to advance a bit faster because they're worth more points, so... You can stick with playing the first scenario, recon over real and stuff, but you're going to have a lower scoring experience some. Because it's easy. The worst enemy on that one generally tends to be worth only 15 points. Up. Kind of got hung up there. Sometimes happens once in a while. Not a lot. Let's try number 4 here. Outback Assault. The Horde has set up a new command post on Ayers Rock in the Australian outback. It is believed they will use this location to invade the coastal cities. You need to stop them. Okay, well let's check it out. Okay, pretty standard there here at first. I actually spent a couple hours playing through all this yesterday, yesterday evening and some of last night, trying to get more familiar with some of this. So I like the way most of the enemies are done. They're pretty good looking. And yes, as you guys just saw, sometimes the game will hang up a little bit, but it doesn't do it very often, and when it does, either usually a game reset or a full console reset will go ahead and fix it for you, so no big deal. And besides, not the only game, whether original library, Probrew, or homebrew I know of, that I can tell you guys sometimes has that problem of kind of hanging up in the game, or if you're resetting a lot, you know, just happens. I've actually known some that were far worse bad than this one, so. Does take some very little concentration and hand-eye coordination, you know. You've got to be aware, watching for what's going on, and reacting pretty quick with a pretty good reaction time to get this done. And of course, by holding down your fire button, you can do a rapid fire. You can take straight single shots. It doesn't matter. Of course, you're not going to get very far trying to do it with just single shots, but each their own. So here we go with the blackout screen. I kind of like this here a little bit. It's kind of frustrating because it can be pretty easy to mess up, and I don't know, I guess just the lack of the grid makes it a bit tougher to tell where you're at. And you can lose track of what's coming down where a bit more easily, I guess. Which can lead to more collisions. Deadly collisions, but as it goes, it's pretty cool that that one was featured in here. I'm not sure if that's part of any of the original library ports or not, because I haven't played any of them enough to know that. Again, the RDCS 2600 port I've played some through emulation, but don't own the copy of, so I'm not super familiar with it. Oh! That's what I get for slacking off for a second. A little bit of a hang-up on the game. No big deal. Doesn't do that very often, just once in a while. Okay, we'll try number 5. Horde tanks have laid siege to the Spanish Peninsula. A new force of web spinners has begun to infest the highlands. We need to push them back. Okay, well, let's try this out. You guys can tell each scenario is a bit different and has its own degree of difficulty, I guess you could say. Oh! It's interesting how it gives you a little bit of a different mix of enemies on most of them, so. Of course, it kind of stands to reason this one's a bit more difficult right off the bat because, well, I'm already having a hard time down to my last ship and only been playing a few minutes here. Or a couple, I mean. Not very long at all. Especially the ones with those siege tanks you have to hit from behind. Those are, makes it kind of tough. Okay, well, Let me see, do we have enough time? Yep, got enough time, so let's go ahead and try number 6, Armageddon, which I've tried before, and this one is pretty tough. The Horde is not holding anything back. Every weapon in their arsenal is being used to crush mankind. You need to stop them or we will all die. Okay, well, let's see if I can do it. Or how long I can for. Times I tried this one before, it didn't last long. Okay, not bad. 14,000 points already. Oh! I spoke too soon. As you can see, there are certain points, spots in points, once you get certain point totals is where your screen starts to reconfigure a bit. Oh. So once a bit closer. Da, 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 da. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Got close to getting an extra ship, but not quite. Anyway, I think you guys kind of have the idea of the gameplay by now, so go ahead and cut that off there. Okay, so that was Turmoil 2022. 2021, 2022, Probrew for your ColecoVision from my good friend William Hicks and his company 8-Bit Milligames. Is it pretty good? Oh yeah, looks good, sounds good, plays pretty good. Does have tendencies we saw to occasionally hang up in the gameplay just a little bit, but there's plenty of others I've seen do the same thing, and little reset of either the game or your console, and it works out. And this is the type of game where, you rack up that high score again pretty quick anyway, so can be a bit annoying, but not too bad. So it's a minor thing at worst. And again, it's something I've seen common with other games at times, so. And it's pretty nicely packaged, nice cartridge, nice box, nice manual, pretty good deal. And it's not too badly priced either. At my friend Michael Thomason's Good Deal Games in Homebrew Heaven, there are still copies available you can get for about $49.75 base price before shipping and taxes. But I think he typically only charges shipping and not really tax. But anyway, I'll leave a link for you guys to take a look at to look into that. I can't really do it where you can find it directly because the site doesn't work that way. I'll just leave a link for Good Deal Games and Homebrew Heaven. And then you just select the ColecoVision section and scroll on down till you find it. It's all in alphabetical order. So, I also do have a video to recommend for you guys. That's for 8-Bit Millie's channel, where they it's a short video, but it kind of showcases this game for the ColecoVision, Coleco Atom, and the Mattel Aquarius computer. And it's pretty good. Just a quick look, but it's pretty informative. Anyway, big shout out to my ColecoVision and Atom Facebook group, as well as to my ColecoVision World Facebook group. Love you guys over there, and hopefully this video upload won't take too long. You'll get it before too terribly long. And of course, if you enjoy my channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comments section below. This coming Wednesday should have my Atari 7800 original library review coming out, so keep your eyes open for that. No spoilers with me, as you guys should already know by now. But I do have the game picked out, and there will be an announcement post up, so keep a lookout for it. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Take care. And a very happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I think it is tomorrow, isn't it? Or Emancipation Day? I forget which one, but the 16th. Happy Juneteenth. You know, June 16th coming up tomorrow, so since I won't be here on that. And by the way, that's one other thing you guys should keep in mind. If you want to look for a copy of this or another game at Good Deal Games and Homebrew Heaven, from June 16th or Juneteenth until about either late April or early May, they tend to close down. It's a kind of yearly thing. Just kind of time to take time off, I guess, get some inventory and stuff back in order in the meantime and all. And then they'll tend to reopen usually in either late April or early March, so. Or is it late March or early April? Somewhere in there. Anyway, you'll be looking at, if you order anything in that time frame, you might be looking at 2 to 2.5 months wait. So I suppose you can get in before the technical closing. You might see it shipped out the door and get it faster. So bear that in mind if you're looking at that. But other than that, you can get this there pretty easily. So anyway, a happy Juneteenth coming up for you guys tomorrow. And hopefully I will see you all again back here on Wednesday.